What's up guys, welcome to Design Creator. So on today's video, this is a image social media post done by one of my student. So what we are going to do is we are going to redesign this. There are some errors in this, so we are going to fix them according to the graphic design rules. We are going to follow them and fix it. So let's see how it turns out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get the artboard tool and take a duplicate copy of this so that we can see the before and after. So on this version, what we could do is we can completely remove all the images and keep only the text. So first of all, I'm going to highlight all the text in here. Let's see if I have selected all the text. Yeah, all the text has been selected. Now I can go to fill and change its color to be black. Okay, so fill and black color. Also, the download link to this exact image will be in the description, so you can follow along with me and you can also redesign this same exact image. So let's select every other part and completely delete them, including these three tiny arrows. I mean the ticks will delete them. Okay, perfect. Okay, the very first thing that I notice here is, of course, always the one thing is correct in here is the heading should be, most of the time heading should be bigger, right? So in this case, PC clinic, this is a workshop of a PC repair workshop, and the heading is already bigger and I like it. So if I show you some example, let's say if I go to freepik.com, from here I'm searching for posts, and you will be able to see we have the main heading or the main message of the social media post will be always bigger, right? So yeah, that's it. The heading should be always bigger, and keep in mind that's the one that they will be reading first. According to design hierarchy, there is a rule called design hierarchy. That means in that rule, whichever the text is bigger, we will be looking at the text bigger. So whichever is less bigger than the heading, next our eyes will focus on that particular text. So this is the biggest text, so the people will be uh, their eyes will be drawn to this definitely. So that's correct. We'll move on to the next part. That will be, I guess, yeah, the image. If you look at this particular image over here, what I'm talking about is this background image. Is it correct putting an image like this? If you ask me, I would say it is correct, right? But according to current trend, it is wrong. What I meant is we have to place a bigger image like this, but the way that it is placed is wrong. What I mean is, if you look at this image, on top of this image there is a overlay. Okay, there is a blue color filter. Let me show you. First I'm going to get this image, release its clipping mask, make it bigger, right? Let's get this white color text and put it on top of this image. If you can see, now the text is very much harder to read compared to here. Over here it's very hard to read. That is because the background has some white color and that our text is definitely white color, so that it mingles with the white in the background and it is not noticeable anymore. So let's put a box like this, and when we reduce its opacity, now the text is very much readable compared to before. Let me show you. This was the before and after, as you can see. So this is the technique that my student has used, but unfortunately this here is outdated. Using a technique like this is outdated. Just keep in mind, That's one error that I'm finding. Let's leave it to a side. And I think overall arrangements are fine. The arrangements, what do I mean, is the placement, right? The text, the placement's all correct except for some minor changes. We'll fix them while we are doing this. But the next thing that I like to focus, let's see. Okay, one of the important things that I would like to maintain is this same design style. I'm not going to change much of this, such as the blue color theme. I will maintain it, and this polygon, which will be the theme shape or the main shape, will maintain it even in our redesigned version, but will not completely redesign it, but will fix most of the errors that have been done here. Okay, so the first thing, if you look at this, when it's come to a post, always there should be less sections. What I mean sections is that now there should be huge gaps between these text, or yeah, this list. There should be huge gaps. When there is some gaps in between these, right, it will turn into less sections. So we will have less sections when there is a huge gap. So we have to somehow find a way to make it all to have less sections, so that readability is very very much better. So here's what I'm going to do. So now if you look at this, these two can be into one section. This will be on its own section. So somehow we have to make sure all of this, we have to put it in one section, right? All of these three is now in one section. Right now, if you ask me how many sections, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep in mind, the more you can reduce this, the more it will be easy for the user to read. So if it's, yeah, if you add more sections, what do I mean? Right, if you put this up and this more down, now I have added extra section. Okay, let's say I'm going to put this down and put this up. Let me also put this some more up, this in the middle here. Now as you can see, it's congested, like everything feels not organized. Now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So your goal objective is to organize much as possible. So now it's just 1, 2, 3, and 4 sections. Before it was 6. So try to reduce into much smaller sections, so that it will be much organized and much more neat. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is, let's take a look at this image over here, the main image. Now in these three, now you should know what is this post about. It's about PC clinic, or it's all about PC repairing. So when I look at this image here, it won't work out. That is because it's blurry, right? It doesn't give a message about PC repairing, but the rest, the other two, gives a slight idea about, it can be something about PC repairing. So it's cleaning here and trying to change the CPU. Yeah, it's something about PC repairing. So these two images will work, but not the first image. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is to create a polygon. Let's create a polygon and rotate it just like what my student have done. So let's rotate it just like that, and we'll make it small according to the size of what my student have done. So some more smaller, and I need another another 2 downwards. Okay, it's done. So let's fill some images inside these three. So let me tell you what is the best way. You can check any free stock image providing website. So in this case, I'm going to free pick and search for let's say PC repair. Okay, PC repair. Now let me show you what is a bad image and what's a good image to use. Okay, now this here is a very bad image to use, because if you look at this image, it's too congested, lots of things going on here. So the image, the camera focuses on everything, like this part there are some tools all over, right? It doesn't focus on one particular area, so we are confused. We don't know where to look at or where to start looking at. We don't know. So when it's come to photography, if we can always guide the user where to look first or second, that means it's going to be a good photograph. Now in this case, this image is a very good looking photograph, as it is just showing you about one thing, that's using the tools and repairing. That's all. And it's very clear. Even if you look at this, now the focus point is right here, and it's very clear to us. It doesn't focus on any other parts, so it's not disturbing, and so on. You have to find out a good image. Now even this, I cannot say this is a good looking image. As you can see, there are so many distractions, so many parts which is distracting. We have no idea where to look first. So even this here is a bad example. This is fine, okay, these are all good. This is very good, right? This is good, this is good, and this is not so much good compared to this. If you can see, you can clearly get the message. This guy is repairing, very clear message. But this here is also same, but it's just hard to see. We can't see this person properly. That's maybe that's fine, but still there are so many tools on the table here. What if we completely just imagine this, all of this are not here in the table, right? We can't find this in the table, and we just have the CPU and this guy here. That would work out. So like that, you have to, by considering all this, you have to somehow try and find a good image. So in my case, what I found out was a image like this will work out perfectly for our main image. So what I planned here is to put a main image on this. Main image will be on this. The secondary images or the supporting images will go to the other two. So now I have to find out a main image. So if you ask me, based on what, how will I find a main image, and how will a main image will look like? Let me show you. So for that, let me again open a free pick tab, and in this, let's search for social media post, or we can search for leaflet. Let me search for leaflet. And whenever you look at a good looking leaflet, you will find all these leaflets will have a main image. This is a good example. In here we have, this will be the main image which tells the message, okay, and supporting images are this, or the secondary images. So in this case, if you look this post, there is a main image and two supporting images, but the main image will be so much bigger. And most of the time, if you ever wondered why so many social media posts or so many any other design, there is picture of a human, or the mainly the picture of the face. Why do we see faces on videos and social media posts? Why there is always a human? Most of the time, not always, but majority of the time, there are humans like this with a facial expression. That is because when we see facial expressions of people, such as they are getting shocked to a offer, let's say there is a offer post, and that person on the image is like getting shocked about the post. So we are like, okay, we can connect with the post. We can imagine that, okay, there's a offer going on, that's why this person is getting shocked. Maybe that offer can be a good offer to us. We can connect with the post. Now in this case, as you can see, these two people are these two person are very really excited. They are excited about going on a trip, something like that. So they are showing happiness on their faces, so that means we can connect with this. That means we can think maybe this particular company provides a good service, that's why they are smiling. So that's the main one of the main reason, or the psychology behind why most of the time people uses faces on posts like this. So that means what I found is, why don't we also use a face like this, or a person smiling or with any other reaction should work out most of the time. Or even if there is no facial expressions or something like this also would work out as a main image when we have a person. It just adds much more value rather than just showing the tools on this. So if you ask me, for a main image, this image is good, or this, when it's compared to, if you compare both, I would say this image works out the best because there's a person on it. Even though there is no facial expression, that should work out much better than this one. So based on this, what I found is, let me find it first and I'll show you in a while. So what I found was, I just searched for PC doctor. Okay, so while the time I prepare for this video, I was searching, and I was going through the list, and PC doctor repair. So let me show you. Yeah, this image I found it to be very clever, because there is some PC parts here, and this guy has a stethoscope and holds on a laptop, and that's just gives a clear idea it's something about repairing. So I found it to be a very good main image, so that's what I'm going to use. So I kept on scrolling and I found out, let me show you if I can find it right now, or I'll pause this video, then I'll find it, then I'll come back to it. So let me pause the video now. Alright, this is the image that I found out. This is a superb image because uh, yeah, he is dressed as a doctor, and I found a similar image to this. I cannot find it at the moment. He's using the stethoscope on the PC, and it gives a clear idea. And I found that it will work out very good for our image, our post as a main image. So here's a good trick. What you can do first: open this, and also if you can see, we cannot download it because it's a premium version. What you can do is right click, save this image to your desktop. Let me save it to my desktop and head over to Google Images. When you go to the first link, you will see this Google Lens icon. Press on it and click drag your image. So let me click drag my image to Google Lens over here. Then what Google Lens will do is it will find similar images. In this, what I found out was this image will work out the best. This should work, or even this should work. Yeah, even this should work. So he's holding the stethoscope and it tells a clear message. It's something about PC repairing. This is a good image for the wait a minute, let me see if I can find any other good image than this. Okay, so I was thinking this image should work out the best, but the facial expression is not good, not right. That is because he should be smiling at the moment. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use it because it will be much suitable for what I'm about to show you in a while. What you can do is just save this image, but before that, as you can see, there is some watermark on this image which is not suitable to use. But what we can do is save this image as to your desktop. So let me save it to my desktop. Right, it's saved, and head over to Yandex. Okay, this is a search engine just like Google. So go to Yandex and go to images section. From here, press this camera icon and upload the image that you saved, which will be this. And what Yandex search engine will do is it will try to find similar exact image but without watermark. So in this case, if you select the first link, keep in mind it doesn't work all the time. It should, like, almost 90% of the time it should work. So let's press the first link, and here's the same image but without the watermark. Also, if you open this drop down menu, you can download it with the highest resolution. So here's the image. I'm going to right click, save this image to the desktop. I'm going to type final, but when I try to save this, as you can see, this is a web file only, it's not a JPG file. So that I'm facing another problem one more time, but it's okay. Let's save this. Okay, so what I have done is saved as a web file. Unfortunately, this is not a JPG file. So for this, what you can do is open this with Paint. Open this with Paint, and now go to save and see if you can find JPG. Let me choose desktop and save it as a JPG. Yes, the JPG, and this is the web file which I don't want, so let's delete it. Okay, so here's the file. Okay, let's click drag this inside Illustrator, and to create the clipping mask, the image should be behind the shape. Select both the shape and the image, press Ctrl 7 and double click and go inside the edit mode of the clipping mask and try to fix this. Okay, as a main image this is working out, but what about some more images, some more PC repairing images? For that I am going to again get back and search for PC repair. I think this is a good example image. Now in this case I'm not going to download this through this download button, but you make sure you download the proper high quality image. But I'm going to just copy this image, and in Illustrator, when I open Illustrator, I'm going to press Ctrl V. Let's put this image to the behind, select both the image and the shape, Ctrl 7 to duplicate it. Let me check if I can find a better image. So what about this image? Not sure. What about this? So to know if this image will work out or not, I'm going to just draw that polygon here and just to see if I can place it. I think I'll be able to place this. So copy image, Control V, put it to the behind, select both of these, Control 7, reduce the size of this. Yeah, definitely this is not a high resolution image, which I don't recommend you to do like this. You have to download it through the official download button so that you will get a high resolution image. So let's leave these three, or I can even use this image instead of the third one. But anyway, now I have been telling you that when it's come to the main image, it should be much bigger. As you can see, this has a main image and it's bigger, it's so much bigger. So this, in this case, these two here, this image, so I can keep on showing you this image here. So what do you see in this? The main image should be very much bigger. So right now these three are too small. What if I select these three and if I try to make it bigger as main image? Now as you can see, there is no place to put the text. we are facing another issue. So therefore the solution is to select both of this secondary image, which obviously should be smaller. So why don't you make it small and just place it something like this? Yeah, like this would work out sometimes. There can be other ways to put it as well. So let me show you. Let me, before that, about the heading getting cut, you can fix it. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit, or you can make this some more smaller, right, as a main heading. You can even make the heading much more smaller. It's too big at the moment, and now as you can see, it's fixing. Also, let me take a copy of that and try to put it differently, right, in different styles. I will show you that we can even put it in different styles. So one, you can put like this. Like this should work out if you reduce the size of this text. This one more method to put it. Another variation will be if you can put this to the top, select all these three, put down. See, here's another combination. So these combinations are up to you. It's totally up to you. So in this what I'm going to choose is the middle combination. That is because it gives a lot of free room space so that I can arrange the text properly. So I'm going to choose this as my main image and delete the rest of the delete the other two artboards. Yeah, let's continue with this. Okay, let's do some designs. Let's add some design to this. So one thing I noticed is, why don't I add some border? Okay, what do I mean? So when I notice this image, there is a border. As you can see on this clipping mask, there is a border. Also there are several other images which they have done with a border. So adding a border makes it looks little bit nicer, I guess. So even on all of this there is a border, even on this. So as you can see, there are lots of borders. So why don't we add a similar border to ours as well? So the first thing that I'm going to do is, as you can see, select the clipping mask, double click on it, select the shape. What do I mean? This shape. Now press Ctrl C to copy it. Double click here to go outside the clipping mask. Now press Ctrl B to paste behind and fill it with a color, and by pressing Alt and Shift make it bigger. So now we have a much nicer border. Similarly, do the same thing for other two as well. So double click here, select the shape, Ctrl C to copy it, double click and go outside the clipping mask. Now Ctrl B to paste it in the behind or in the background. Now increase the size of the shape and fill it with a color, any color, it's up to you. So I'm just going to randomly fill it with a color. Also what I'm going to do is select the grid color polygon and duplicate it by holding Alt and put it to this as well. Okay, so now that the border has been added, the next thing that what I'm trying to do is, I already have seen this somewhere on several designs, but I'm not sure if it's available, if something similar available on any of this. Right, unfortunately the style that I'm trying to show you is not there. So what I have planned for this is, why don't we make the head pop out? What do I mean is, like, let's take this head on top of the polygon like this, so it should extend over the polygon, so it gives a nice head pop style effect. So that's what we are going to do. So we could do this in Photoshop easily. So let me show you. let's get the Photoshop. So let's first open Photoshop. So right now we will be needing two versions of the same picture. One will be the head or the person cut out of the background, and overall the final image. So let's put the final image in here. Get the quick selection tool, press select subject, and the Photoshop will automatically try to select the subject. Then go to select and mask. Get your refine edge tool, just click drag on the hair, just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you have to scroll down in here and press new layer with layer mask and press OK. Now we have the transparent version and the final image. So this is exactly what we need, just like this. Now hide the background image. Press Ctrl Shift Alt S, Ctrl Shift Alt S, so that save for web will open. Ctrl Shift Alt S. Now select PNG. Select PNG and save it to wherever you like. I'm going to save it to my desktop as 1. I'll save this as 1. Now let's enable the background. Now do the same thing, but this time save it as 2. But make sure both are PNG. Okay. Let me get to the desktop. Now I have 1 and 2. Select both of these. Bring it inside Illustrator. Okay. Now I will confirm that the PNG or the head is on top right now. As you can see, the background is on top right now, but I need this person to be in the front. So what we can do is select the background image and use the shortcut key, which will be Ctrl Shift left square bracket keys. If you want to see how it looked like, so let me zoom in and show you. Arrange, Ctrl Shift left square bracket key. Now we have the person in front. So now all you need is just polygon. So let's get the polygon. I need to rotate it. Also, I will reduce the opacity of the polygon so I can decide how much I should. Right, maybe something like this should work out, I guess. Yeah, the head is popping out a little bit. Yeah, nice. I think this should work out. So what we can do is now select your shape, select the shape and the background image. As you can see right now, when I click here, I cannot select the background. That's a problem. So you can select this image and press Ctrl 2 to lock it. Right now I cannot lock it because my drawing tool appears. That's a shortcut key for my drawing tool. But what I'm going to do is use the layers panel to do it. So select this and lock it. Now select both of these, the background and the shape, press Ctrl 7. Right. But unfortunately, as you can see, the transparent image, all this part, unwanted part is exceeding, but we just need the head part only. For that, you could create a circle or a box, just put only on top of the head, just like that, only to the part which is extending outwards, like this. This should work out. Now select both the shape or the new shape that you created and the transparent image and press Ctrl 7. As you can see, I just clipped this part. So it doesn't extend all here, right? It doesn't extend unwantedly. Now let's select both of this, but before that, use the same border technique that told you. Select the border, select the border, I mean the shape. Now press Ctrl C, go outside, press Ctrl B to paste in the background. I think I didn't go fully in the to the background, so that's another problem. If I press Ctrl B, it's pasting through a clipping mask. What I can do is, let me double click this one more time, select this, Ctrl C, Ctrl B. Yeah, now it's working fine. As you can see, now it's perfect. Let's select this, delete it, we don't want it. Select both of these, select all of this, I guess. Just select these two only, press Ctrl G to group it. Now let's make it smaller, but make sure since it is the main image, it should be bigger as well. Not so much bigger, but overall this size is perfect, I guess. Okay, now you could put the smaller ones or on top of this, or you could just place it like this as well. It's all up to you. But what I'm thinking is I could put this here, this one to the top, just like that. Select both of these and make them some more bigger. Now if you can see, it's much neat and all the images are not too small as well. It's nice and clear. Okay, now let's focus on the background. So the overall the theme color is blue, so therefore I'm going to give it a background. The background can be a blue color box. Right. You can place it however you want. You can just put just like how my student have done. This is perfect. Putting like this will work out perfectly, but I don't like the vibrant blue, which I can change for this blue. I think this blue should work out. Oh, I have a slight modern plan that will be, let me create a box to the background. This box here, I will add a gradient to this box. So let's get the gradient tool, gradient slider, and just double click this white and change it to the blue that you like. This blue, and I have planned for the other color to give it a brighter looking blue like this. Now select radial gradient so that it's a circular gradient. Now flip the colors so that the bright color will be in the center and the darker color will be around. Okay, or else you could just give it a linear itself. I think linear is better. Also, I feel like this color over here, this blue is not dark anymore to me, so I'll make it some more darker. I will make sure to put it to the background, and I still feel this is too vibrant to me, so I will open this drop down menu and change it to HSB. Now as you can see, I can make it more darker. Yeah, now it's much better and I like that color. Also, I'm going to select this gradient, press G to get the gradient tool, click drag on the direction that you want. I'm going to give this direction over here. All right. Now, always remember, for a darker background, the best text color most of the time will be white. So let me select all of this and change its text color to white. As you can see, it's slowly starting to shape right? It's slowly starting to get better, much better overall, right? About the heading, you can place it however you want, but as you can see here, we have the yellow in here. So I'm going to give it a yellow to that, just like how my student have done this yellow. Okay, not this yellow. This is yellow which is not so nice and it's too vibrant, so let's not use that yellow. This yellow is perfect. Also, what I'm thinking is you can place the headings as how you want. Just you can put it like this, or you can put the PC on top, make the PC a little bit bigger, put it on top. So this is a new trend that if we put a text on top of a text, and if we select the text on the top, and if we go to style, effect, stylize, and if we add the drop shadow, so it's now it looks like it is floating on top of this. So it's a new kind of a trend, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. And then once we are done, let's press OK. So as you can see, it's much better. The heading is clear. If you feel like it's disturbing, just put it on top and just remove the shadow completely. But I think just I will leave it like that. Okay, now we'll fix this slowly. We'll fix this. If you can see, it is too close to the edge, which is not right. So what I could do is fix this by putting this into 3 lines so that it won't extend all the way to this right side. So let's select it and put it to the right side. Now as you can see, it gives enough room space so that I can move it to like this. Now I feel like this space is more than enough. What do I mean? This space is more than enough. So I will get a rectangle tool and I'll create a box like this. Now move the box upwards and rotate it and just make sure that the spacing is same. Now the gap between this and this are equal, so it it makes it looks much more neat. Also, this text I will make it some more bigger and I'll not make it not so much bold. I think this should work out. And okay, I think I don't like the font at the moment. We could try to put a different font, which I will try to change it to a different font like Poppins should do, I guess. I have to make it some more bold. Let's leave it like this for now. Let's leave it like this for now. And since I guess this blue is fine, it's but we could also change it to white so that it's nice and clear. You could do that, but the overall the border thickness is too bigger. If I reduce it, now it's nice. Also, additional thing what you could do is select this box and go to opacity, normal, and try to change its blending mode to overlay. Now as you can see, it's so much nicer now. This side it's little bit dark and it's too bright. It is blending with the background gradient, so it's so much nicer now. And I'll make it some more bigger. Yeah, I guess the thickness is perfect for now. Okay, let me think what we can do right now. Yeah, let's fix this. So these fonts are not so good fonts. So first of all, I'll change it to Poppins, which is a okay font, but I feel like it is stretched upwards. So see, if you can see, it is stretched bit upwards like this. So if I open this more character option and if I can see, yeah, it is not stretched upwards, but it is stretched horizontally. So I'll type 100 here and press enter, so that now it solved that issue. For all of these, I will select the same font, which will be Poppins. For the heading as well, let's select Poppins. Yeah, that should work out. It's too bold, but you can even reduce it, but I guess it should work fine. Right. The next thing is this will be a slide heading. It's a subheading, so let's make it bolder, make it bigger. On that day, what you will learn is these three. And the free for now, I'm going to delete the free for now. Or in case if I forget, I'll keep it to a corner. Now it's much neat than before. Also, I'm going to move it inward so that I can add bullet points. Increasing the line space so it's much neat now. Okay, if you ask me what do I do about the tick over here, so about that icon we can go to flaticon.com, go to flat icon and search for tick or right. If you search for tick or if you search for right, we will get similar icon. Now I found that icon like this is too much modern looking. I like it. Something like this should work out perfectly. Or you can even create your own icon. It's so simple. What we can do is create a circle, make sure it's a outline, make sure it's bolder. Now get the rectangle. Now make sure it's round corner. Yeah, this you could do, but I feel like it has to be much bolder. So I'll make it more bold, more bolder. Like not so much. This is fine. Take a duplicate copy, rotate it, place it like that. Just rotate it, control, click drag. I think this is much better now. Let's place it in here and increase the size of it. Okay, this is too thick, so let's reduce it some more. And of course this line length is not enough, so let me increase its length a bit. Yeah, this should do, but the length feels way too much. This should do, I guess. Also create a box, rotate it, place it like this, change its color to the blue color, put these on top. Now just check overall if it's the exact button you want or not. Just confirm it. So I guess this is the look of the button that I'm going to go for. Yeah, overall I don't like it. So what I will do is I'll just use this website to download something that I like. This I like here. So just go to flat icon and just download the icon that you prefer. I feel like this is also okay. Anyway, we are going to use this. So select the outline and this box together. Press Shift M to get the shape builder tool, which is here. Now Alt click on this red color line. So now I have deleted this line. Okay, so since if you ask me what is the secondary color of this, it's yellow as you can see through the heading. So I'm going to select these three and expand it and press I, and just why it's not working, select these three. I for eyedropper tool, click on the wordings. Now if you can see, I have applied the same theme color to this, but there is outline which is unwanted. I'll delete it. Press Ctrl G to group it. Overall, if you ask me right now, the icon size is too small. Okay, now it's too big. So what's correct? So try to get to the height of the text. Try to match it with the height of the text like this. Now place it. Just try to feel it overall if it feels better or not. I feel like it could be little bit bigger, some more little bit bigger than the line height or the text height. I feel like this should do. It can be some more bigger too, but this should work out. I guess it's fine now. Let's try to align it correctly like this to the on word here. So let me take a copy of that, put it down, make sure it's aligned properly. Right, perfect. Yeah, now we'll move on to how do I place these three now. Okay, first of all, I'm going to delete held on and everything. Right, people nowadays usually they don't put held on. All of these are put to invitations most of the time. So what I can do is try to delete held on 13, and no need, let's separate it by a comma. June 13 14. Morning we don't have to put because it's am means morning, so that I'm deleting morning. Onwards, let it be for now. At college, so I guess at college let it be. Now it's time to redesign this completely. First of all, what I could do is, yeah, no need the comma as well. Select both of this, cut it. I'm going to make sure it's bold, and I can put like this 13 14 June. Right, that's one way to do it. Okay, about this 9 a.m. onwards I'm going to cut it, put it down below. About the am, cut it as well, type it separately and reduce its size and make it as a superscript. Superscript means the wordings that comes on top of the text, but it should be visible as well, so I'm going to make it much bigger. Select this, make it bigger. 9 a.m. onwards. Onwards can be a bit bigger, I guess. Yeah, what if I make the am simple letters? I think, yeah, now it works the best. 9 a.m. onwards. Okay, here I'll make this some more bigger so that it will nicely align with this. Okay, so just like this, we'll place with a box here. So I'm going to create a box in here, make it little bit round corner, right? Also, I'm going to separate with a line. So if you look at invitations, a good example is this: the date, time, year, all of these are separated with a line, and it's so neat to look at it. So it's so much organized. The main date is much more bigger compared to the time. The date is important. So Likewise, you could separate it like this, but if I can, I will try to do this in two ways. One, like this, I will get the ruler by pressing Ctrl R and pull it from the top to down. Now at college premises, I could put this like this. Yeah, but the font size for this is too much, so I'm going to reduce it. Line height as well too much. Try to arrange it to be on the center. Okay, and alignment, I'll center align it, or let it be left aligned for now. Now getting the line tool, drawing a box, a line, increasing the outline, getting the rectangle tool, measuring the length of this, reducing the opacity, just duplicating overall, checking everything works fine or not. Yeah, I have successfully arranged this. Now delete these overlay boxes which we don't want. Delete both of the lines. Select all of these three, Ctrl G, make it smaller. Since the secondary color is yellow, I'm going to put yellow for this box and make the text to be white. But if you see, we are facing a problem. Okay, first of all, I'm going to remove this setting here, which is spell check. So I'm going to go to edit, spellings, auto spell check disable. Now it's nice. But as you can see, the yellow is a bright color. So if you put any bright text on the yellow, the text is not readable much. So you could do one thing, just place black, give black to the text, it should work out. Or a good color that will go good with yellow is brown, that should work out too. Okay, but these lines, each of these lines color should be brown as well. Okay, so it's better to give enough breathing space here, so it's much neat. Yeah, if you can see, it's much more nicer now. Also, I'm going to get the ruler and make sure it's nicely arranged. So I'm going to put this image overall to the top, to the line, just like that. And all of this should go some more inwards. Selecting the background and locking it, so layers, just lock the background and select these two, make it some more small, put it to a corner like this, so that it doesn't interfere with the yellow color box in here downwards. So that's the reason. Why don't I make this a bit bigger and place it like this? Yeah, that should work too. So it goes in ascending order, small, medium, large. Now these two green polygons can take the secondary theme color. To add bit of a style to this, what you can do is selecting this box, you can go to stylize, effect, stylize, drop shadow, give it yellow, and see if you can change this to normal, and the offset should be 0 so that it will glow from all the sides equally. So now I'm just adding it as a style. It's up to you to add it or not. So for that I have it for this polygon. I'll select it, go to effects and apply the recent drop shadow. Yeah. Even without that it looks nicer without the drop shadow, but I'm just adding it a little bit more style to it. It's up to you. Now let me erase the ruler. Just let me check overall if the arrangements are okay or not. So headings, if I make it bigger, yeah, a little bit, some more. I guess overall this arrangement works okay to me, but we forgot one thing, that is the free. So how do I place it? So right now this method of placing is too much outdated. So putting a star like this is way too much outdated. So what you can do is go to Freepik and search for uh, badges. Then you will find nice badges like this, which I am going to take some time to select some badges. So you could do this several, you could do this in several methods. One, look at this ribbon over here. So you can download the same ribbon and put it here. And you can flip the text here and put free. That's one way of doing it. So, but if we do that, we will definitely mess up with the main image. So that won't work out there as well. Or you could use this circle, this paper folded circle that you can put here. That should work out too. Or just use a badge like this, which I'm thinking that's what I'm going to go for right now. Okay, so I have a plan. Okay, let's just please wait. Yeah, even this is fine. This is fine. I can download that, or I could download this too. Maybe I will download this. So I'll just go here and press the download button one more time. Open it, press EPS if available. AI means Illustrator file, EPS as well, Illustrator file. So let's select any of this should work out, this will work out. So I'm going to grab this, right click, ungroup, and remove all these overlays. Even if we keep, it's no harm with that. So my plan was to put a box like this, and get the pen tool, add the anchor point tool, this one. Just find the center and one press, find the other center, one press, get the direction tool, direct selection tool, click on this point and just take it 2 steps inwards, this one too, 2 steps inwards. Now I get a nice ribbon. Add the gradient to this ribbon, which I'm going to delete all of these anchor points. Okay, double click on this, add red. Right, double click on the other point, add red to that as well. this red, I'm going to make it little bit darker. Selecting this, maybe I can put the bright one in the middle and dark ones in both the sides. Yeah, just like that. This should work out. Selecting all of this, making it some more bigger so that this yellow color box will be hidden. Selecting all of this, putting it to the other side and making it overall bigger, and press Ctrl G definitely so that it will group nicely. Also, I feel like this should be not so much wider. Something like this should work out. Yeah. Let's delete the free. Take a duplicate copy of this. Type it from the beginning. Make it bold and put it to the top. The yellow color seems fine to me right now. Yellow color seems fine to me. If you can change it to yellow and see, I feel like the white or yellow. In this case, both works out. Yellow 2, white 2. But if I reduce the opacity of the white a little bit, no, I will leave it at, it's so much harder for me to decide at the moment. I will leave it at this yellow for now. And also, the stars are too much distractful. So I will double click and go inside the clipping mask. Select all of the stars, make it smaller. It's so much difficult, so I'll reduce it this way. Yeah, putting it to the top, selecting all of this, putting it here. Okay, feels fine, but I would delete, in this case I would like to delete this and this so that there is only 3 stars here, so it will be much neater. Selecting all of this, let me lock this layer so that won't be getting selected. Selecting all of this and Ctrl G to duplicate, rotate it a little bit to give it an organic look. I think this looks better. Okay, so to give it a finished or the final look to this, I will show you one thing. If we search for post, you will find design elements. So all of these are called design elements. Look at this, the background, this circle, these are design elements. So in here there is a background image, that's also a type of a design element. So in here all of these lines or this dashed line, this dashed line, these are design elements, this circles here. So to give a design a complete look or a finished look, it's better you add design elements. So even on this, as you can see, there are so many design elements which just overall makes the image feels complete or it gives a finished look. Here as you can see, there are matching design elements all over. So like that, you can steal design elements from images like this, or just search for design elements here, or I just know a design element called halftone, so I will stick with this. So I'm going to search for halftone. So my plan is to put this in the background. So in this case what I could do is use this, even this should work out, even this will work out very much. Maybe I will stick with this. I'll just download this. Unfortunately, why it says my download is blocked, so that I'll allow it. So in this case, this one, press open, go inside AI. I'll just rotate it so that it will fit correctly. Right clicking, release clipping mask, drag, dropping this here, and overall making it much bigger. And what I could do is, yeah, put this here. Now as you can see, so far already it gives it's a complete finished look compared to before. If you can see without this, let me get it back. My redo is not working. Edit, yeah, redo, undo. As you can see before, I mean after, before, this is after. So already it looks great, but the text has to be on top so that it's nice and readable. In this case, it's okay if you want put the image on top. Yeah, I'm just going to put only the image on top, not the shape. Right, what about the color? Color for me personally, I feel the black color is already perfect, so I'm not going to do much about it. But what I can show you all is just I will select these two halftones and change this color to white, and I can show you how it will look with white. But when I put it with white, there's a problem I'm facing here. One thing I could do is reduce the opacity so that the text will be readable. As you can see now, the text is very much readable now. Also it looks great here. Or I could just select it and change the blending mode to overlay or any other which will work out. So this blending mode too, I will change it to overlay. And of course, even then the text is not much readable, so I'll select both of these and reduce the opacity by half. As you can see, this is the white version and this is the black version. So it's up to you to decide which will work the best. So you can redesign this in different ways, but overall by maintaining the same polygon and the same theme color, by following some graphic design rules, I redesigned this. So it's all up to you to however you can redesign this, but I would recommend if you can completely redesign this in a different layout, not like mine. Also, for learning, when you do it for the first time, do the exact layout like mine. Now, take a copy of this, what you have done, just like this, and try to rearrange the layout here and there. Try to change things separately, like change the heading to look separately, differently. Maybe you can place all of this separately and see what will work the best. Now also, before I end the video, one more thing I have to tell you. Since the date is the main important thing than the time, what I could have done is this. So I could put this here. About the June, maybe I can just leave it downward. Down, that should work too. Or I can just reduce its size a bit. Or all I can place this like this as well. So then now the date is much bigger. Also the time is bigger. If you want to reduce the size of the time. Okay everyone, what you can do is to receive upcoming videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. It will be a super help to me, super great help to me. So please subscribe, so on the upcoming days I will be uploading similar videos like this. If it's really helpful to you, press the like button and definitely comment on the video. Let me know if I have to improve anything on my teaching method, so that it will be useful to me as well. Okay, thank you all for listening. Take care. Have a great day.